Hey everybody, it's the Chris and Des Show. I'm Chris.
And I'm Des.
And we're going to talk today about the new documentary about Whitney Houston's life called Whitney. Des, what'd you think?
Whitney Houston is my jam. This is my music. Whitney Houston screaming at the top of my lungs all through high school. That greatest hits album, you cannot go wrong. She's on the radio 24/7. This documentary that covers her life is sanctioned by her family. It's really good. It's excellent, and there's no narrative or anything. It's just clips of her life kind of taking you through. And there was an interviewer, and there's some they talk to people and ask them questions and stuff, and kind of get you through. Like her mom's in it at the very beginning and everything. So it's educational, and there was a lot of stuff in it that I had no idea. And they have the footage of her when she was young, and when she was in high school and in church singing solo in front of the choir, which is so good. It was great. It was a great documentary. Partly because, again, like with Mr. Rogers, I'm so attached to the subject that there's hardly anything you could do that's gonna be something that anything that you do on Whitney Houston, you got me. I'm in. I want to know. I'm completely interested in this amazing person whose gifts and abilities go far beyond those of mortal men. And the way her life went and the tragedy that is her life. I had no idea that she died at 48. I thought she was older than that. But it was so well done. It's so sad. This poor girl. It's just so tragic. But it's a well done movie. If we're talking about the movie, go see the movie. What'd you think?
Yeah, I love Whitney Houston so much. I listen to her every day of my life, so I love her. I will say, just technically, it's not as well made of a film as like Won't You Be My Neighbor, which is so smooth and easy to watch. It's a little more uneven in its pacing than Won't You Be My Neighbor.
Right.
So it's not the movie itself. I could see if you weren't a Whitney Houston fan and you were just like, oh, am I going to watch this as a movie? It won't interest you as much probably. But if you're a good human being and you like Whitney Houston, then you will go see everyone should like Whitney Houston. And Des is right. There are some things in there, just reminders of the gift that lady had. Absolutely. For one thing, she's drop dead gorgeous, beautiful, right?
Yes.
And then she opens her mouth and you're like, oh, I didn't know people could sing like that. I didn't know that was a thing. And people can't now that she's gone. And so it's just incredible to see that gift and to hear her mom talk about them like working on that gift. And I didn't know like they had kept her from record deals for a long time because they didn't want her just to be a pop star. I want you to be like a legacy singer is what they say. And
right.
Good job, because people will be listening for the rest of their lives
done,
for sure.
And done.
And because her mom knew, Whitney Houston, who's also a very famous gospel singer, said that, we know that she's got something special, so we're not going to waste it on like whatever. Right. I will say, if you're a Paula Abdul fan, this might not be the movie for you, because Whitney was not a Paula Abdul fan, as we learned from the movie.
Not so much.
And Whitney and Paula sing in different levels of the stratosphere, right? Paula is an earthling, and Whitney sings somewhere else. And so we got that. But it is candid. And I will say, I loved how candid that they let them be.
Yeah.
Pat Houston, who was her sister-in-law and like best friend for a long time, she really allowed them to be candid about like her mom and her didn't always get along, and they would come home fighting, and they were upset, and her and Bobby's marriage was, well, we all know that it was rocky at times, and even her as a mother. Some people saying like, oh, she tried her hardest. Some people like, she wasn't a very good mom, and she couldn't be. And it was like, wow, that's difficult. And then what happened with her daughter obviously is horrific and sad as well too. Poor Sister Houston's been through a lot herself. And then there's a huge thing that I didn't know about Dionne Warwick's sister, Dee Dee Warwick, that comes out where you're like, I hate you, Dee Dee Warwick. I hope you know that. And you guys will too when you see it. It's not so good. I didn't realize Dee Dee Warwick had this big song. I had forgotten that she sang Once Upon a Time too. But she doesn't come off very favorably in this film. So some good information. And it is,
Well,
if you like Whitney Houston, you're gonna love it.
yeah.
It's super interesting, and there's Whitney Houston singing, and her singing the first song she sang in church. Oh my
So good.
goodness.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's amazing. So go see it so you can get some good music. Okay.
Bye.